Hey, so in this video, I wanted to do a quick experiment. I have an older model that I made a few years back, and I still really like this guy. And instead of rigging him up in Maya, I thought maybe it would be interesting to try to export him out just as a T-pose from Maya into Mixamo and see if we can use the Mixamo auto rig to rig this up for animations, and of course also preview some fun animations. And then once we find one, maybe it would be fun to also bring it back into Maya and just see what the flow of that would be. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my character, and as you can see, he's sort of a low poly character. He's 4700 polygons and 9400 tries, so he's a perfect mobile game character kind of thing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to export him as an FBX. Alright, so once you export your character, whatever you choose to mess with, as an FBX, let's jump into Mixamo. Alright, so here I am in Mixamo. So for me to bring in my zombie guy, what I need to do is I need to click on Upload Character, and I need to select my FBX that I just exported. And one of the things I do want to point out is when I exported my FBX, I did embed the media as one of the options. So my FBX file is going to have embedded texture in the character, and it doesn't have anything besides just the color map. There's no other maps, just one map. Alright, so once you select your file, it will load it up, and the first step in this auto rigger, right, is just to simply say next. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I am given these points that I can drag onto my character. So I'm going to choose where his huge chin is. I'm going to add the points for the wrists. Let's go ahead and add points for the elbows. We have the knees, and we have the groin or the pelvis. So I'm going to do that. Very easy. And let's go ahead and say next. And now Mixamo is going to automatically auto-rig and auto-skin our character, which is a great option if sometimes you don't feel like doing it manually in Maya. And the skeleton is going to be very similar to the human IK skeleton, so they're pretty much identical. And that is a great way to go between the two apps. Alright, so here he is. You can see with literally zero effort, I was able to auto-rig and auto-skin my character, and he looks pretty awesome. Very happy with him. Let's go ahead and say next. Alright, so Mixamo places it in the environment, and now what I would like to do is maybe let's find some fun animations just to kind of test him out. Maybe we'll do let's do something fun like I don't know, here's a twist one. Twist dance. So I just wanted to show you how easy and simple and playful it is to begin to play with your characters by right after you model and texture them. There's really not much you need to do these days, because there are amazing tools like this one that will auto-rig the character for you. So let's say I want to make a maybe like a YouTube short or a TikTok out of this, right? So what do I need to do? You select your animation for your character, whatever it is. So I'm kind of happy with this. Literally the first one I clicked on. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to download. I'm going to click on download, and I'm going to say, let's go ahead and do let's do 30 frames per second. That's fine. I'm going to download it with skin, and I'm not going to reduce any keys. Just literally just download as is, so no changes. Alright, so once the file is downloaded, let's jump back into Maya. Alright, And let me look in my outliner. So I have the zombie right here in his T-pose, and I do want to show you guys, if I go into my material attributes, you can see that the only thing I have on here is just the color, and that's just the basic foam material. And this is how he's looking in the preview, right? So I think that he looks really cool. I'm actually kind of surprised how nice he looks with just a color map and nothing else. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on my character and I'm going to press delete. Let's go ahead and do, and you can see in the outliner there's nothing here, there's just the two lights and an empty scene, right? So I'm going to go to file, I'm going to import my dance twist.fbx that I got from Mixamo right into my empty scene. Alright, so here's my character. I'm going to now press play, and there he is. So he's dancing away in Maya. So now I can of course render this out and do anything else as I please. If I click on my character, if I click on the joins, I can see how far the animation is. So when I imported it, it didn't automatically adjust my timeline. So if you drag here, you can see how many keyframes there are. So it seems to be stopping on 226. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my timeline to 26. And my loop is on, so I can loop my animation, press play. Very cool. Now, if we needed to make any adjustments once we bring it from Mixamo, that's pretty easy to do as well. So there's a couple small things I see. For example, the thumb seems to be a little messed up, and he does put his arm through his face right here. So maybe let's take 1 second to adjust the animation in case we have a custom character with, you know, different proportions, and sometimes the motion capture file is not just gonna work by plugging it directly without any adjustments. So how do we adjust the Mixamo motion capture file in Maya? I'm going to turn on my X-ray joint so I can see my joints. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first identify what do I want to fix first. So the easiest thing that I'm going to attack first is this point right here when the arm goes through his face, right here, right? So I would like to adjust this. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this joint right here, and I'm going to go to my channel box, and what I would like to do is go to animation layers, and I'm going to click on this button here to create a new layer. And you can see if I click on my base animation, this has all the red keyframes of the motion capture file from Mixamo. If I click on this one, this is a new layer that was placed above. And on here, I can adjust just this arm, right? And because I'm gonna adjust the arm over the other layer, it's going to overwrite whatever my keyframes are set to, so this should fix our animation. So let's try this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the place right before the problem begins, and I'm going to press S. Then I'm going to drag it to where the problem is now resolved. I'm going to press S as well to set the keyframe. Now I'm going to go right in the middle of the problem, which is right here. Grab my rotation tool and just kind of move my arm out. And I can even move it a little here as well. Alright, and let's go ahead and maybe from like this point here, let's play the animation and watch the arm. There you go. So it's fixed. The arm no longer goes through his face. So that was an easy fix. Let's go ahead and maybe do the same thing to the thumbs. I could see that I would like the thumb to be maybe just a little bit different. It feels like it's a little bent, a little too much for me. So let's go ahead and call this arm fix. And I'm gonna select both of these thumbs. So I'm gonna do Shift, and I need to make sure I grab it properly. So I think it's all the way over here actually. Yeah, so that's the thumb of his right arm, and this is the thumb of his left arm, I believe. I hope I selected this correctly. I'm gonna now, while these are selected, I'm gonna create a new layer. Go to this layer, and let's go ahead and call this thumbs fix. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the very first keyframe, press S, and now let's go ahead and shift them one at a time. So let's grab this one, and I'm gonna move them into a better position. I think this feels probably a little better for this guy. Maybe even something like this. So that's one, and now I'm gonna grab this guy. Let's go ahead and adjust this as well. Now in my case I'm fixing the thumbs, but obviously in your case it might be something else. But generally this is the process of how you could clean up some of the motion capture files using layers. So I'm essentially just showing you the flow, right? Alright, so now I'm gonna press S on that as well. I'm going to copy. I'm gonna go to the last frame, and I'm gonna paste it, which technically is not necessary because if the first one has it, it should carry it over, but that's just something I like to do. Just make sure that they really do stay in this position. And let's go ahead and press play and see if that fixes the issue. Yeah, so I could see that the thumbs are now, at least to my liking, and I think he's ready to be rendered out. Alright, so that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And also, if you want to see the final result of me posting him, I will do that to the YouTube shorts and maybe throw them on TikTok as well, just so we can see the final result. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.